Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always is directed by Eliza Hittman and it stars Sidney Flanigan as Autumn, a girl who gets pregnant when she's just 17, and she has to find ways to just deal with her pregnancy and just terminate the pregnancy. And yeah, maybe I'm just kind of late to review this movie, but I just love it so much that I want to review it, so deal with it. Okay. And yeah, man, honestly, I'm really impressed by this movie, especially the fact that the main actress, Sidney Flanigan, this is her first time starring role in anything. And wow, she's just so brilliant in here. I could not believe that. And by the way, her music is good. Go listen to it. Yeah, her musical name is like Sido. Still, go listen to her original music. And yeah. And honestly, besides Sidney Flanigan, there's also Talia Ryder, who plays her cousin, and she is also brilliant as well. And honestly, if both characters don't work together, the movie won't work. And both actors have excellent chemistry with each other casually. And the cinematography of the movie just perfectly captures how lost and confusing the characters are. Especially they make the movie about a road trip and have to constantly go into different places. Of course, there's nothing too big about the things will happen in the middle, but still, it's about the confusion of the cinematography captures. And yeah, the entire movie is only in Autumn's point of view because there's no scene that is shot away from her. So you kind of understand when everything is under her own perspective. Even though some people are douches, it's under all her perspective, and you can actually understand why she thinks that way. And I mean, they drop hints. They do not give you a full picture, but you can just put the pieces together and just figure out what is actually happening for her. And yeah, the main character is very sympathetic, and you actually fully understand what's going on because of that. And I like the movie just tells you to just put two and two together, which I mentioned already. And honestly, this movie just hits me very hard in certain moments, and I just did not expect that. I mean, of course, how to say it? I did not deal with, of course I haven't had sex before, I do not understand how people are dealing with teen pregnancy in these days, and I just love how they just stick with it and just give us how the character feel about it, and is it really a good thing or bad thing? The movie did not answer it for you. I mean, she goes terminated, and this is a plot, but it never tells you that, oh, by the way, pregnancy in teenagers are a good thing. Okay, because the movie I once watched before is called Juno. I mean, I still love that movie, but at the same time, it's just, they kind of just make teen pregnancy not too big of a deal in the later half of the movie, which I'm glad that this movie stick to it. And yeah. And oh yeah, by the way, there's something happened in the third act of the movie. I won't spoil it, but it just makes me love it even more, and it just hits me even harder. And it just shows you something about the cousin character and the relationship between cousin and the main character even more. And yeah, the cousin character is also a good character, and both are just excellent together. You actually feel something for both of them. And yeah, both of them are very subtle in the movie. Well, sometimes, at least sometimes for the cousin. But it's just, you can actually feel the emotions and how they care about each other, even though their words are not really just, they did not actually say it in front of them. I just love how the movie just shows you of what it's like for an unintentional pregnancy and how it affects you physically and psychologically and mentally. It's just so hard for people who experience it. And not only that, it just also shows you how it affects people around you. And yeah, I just really love it. I mean, I have never been teen pregnant. I mean, I'm not a girl, but it's just I actually feel bad for people who get pregnant when they didn't even want to. And also, Sidney Flanigan singing in the movie is brilliant. Listen to it. Also, her original songs. Go listen to it. I highly recommend it. Okay. By the way, I understand that this movie is a bit too subtle for some people, and it did encourage people to just think a bit more. But to be fair, this is basically all indie films actually do it. It just this movie presented a bit more than those of them. And when things are not too subtle, it can drive people away. I think, of course, people won't get drive away. It's just like, why are you doing that? Even though I fully understand everything is just under her own perspective. Even though the movie just presents them as assholes, it's all under her own perspective. You never know what is behind the scene of them. So I don't have any issues with it. I mean, I can nitpick the entire movie. It's pretty easy, to be honest. But nitpicking doesn't affect anything if the movie overall is great. And to be honest, nitpicking is just something that you have to get over with. Every single movie has it. No movie is perfect. Yeah, including this movie. Yeah, still. I'm gonna give this movie a 10 out of 10. Oh, by the way, check out her songs. They are all great.